What's up, people? Just heading out. I don't know watch where I'm going. Just out having a stroll. Let's start that again. It's just out for a stroll in one of my favourite places. This is just around the corner from Cardiff Bay. If you catch the tide right, you can actually walk past the cliffs on the rocks. Be a nice view. You can see when the sun's setting. It's quite nice. It's just going for a bit of a hike, a bit of a scramble of the rocks. Just thought I'd share a few ideas about outdoor training and kind of the benefits of getting outdoors with your workouts, as opposed to always being stuck in the gym. Gym training definitely has its benefits, but I also think it's really important to get outside and kind of train in a more natural environment sometimes as well. So I'm going to give you my top 4 benefits of training outside or moving your body in the natural world. One of the big benefits of outdoor training is the idea of grounding. So it sounds kind of woo-woo and not that scientific. Kind of the idea that the Earth emits an electromagnetic frequency, and by grounding ourselves to that frequency, so whether that's being barefoot or touching the ground with our hands or body, we kind of adjust our own electromagnetic frequency so it's in line with the Earth's balance, or so we're told. So yeah, it sounds a bit out there, but there's actually some quite interesting research backing up the benefits of grounding. You tend to see just general improvements in health, and you end up getting better sleep, lower stress levels. I'll link to some resources in the description box below, and they'll explain the whole grounding thing a lot better than I do. So yeah, if you can get out, whether it's on the beach or on a grass in the park, get out and be barefoot, and you're probably going to see some benefits from that. So I did a geology, earth sciencey degree back a few years ago when I was in uni, and I'm pretty sure those beds are supposed to mean something important, but I couldn't really tell you what, so oh well. Vitamin D is another massive one. I think the government's recently changed their recommendations actually, and they're saying that most people, particularly in the UK, should be supplementing with vitamin D during the winter. So a lot of people, particularly in the kind of higher latitudes where there's less sunlight hours when the sun isn't as strong, a lot of people are deficient. I had blood testing done with a company called Livesmart. I'll put a link in the description below. You can actually get 50% off testing with them. But that showed that my vitamin D levels are a little bit low. So I take a supplement. But as well as taking a supplement, getting outdoors is kind of the best medicine really. You'll absorb way more. I think it's around 25,000 international units in maybe an hour or so. And again, vitamin D can have a big effect on your mood, heart health, as well as helping to build and maintain strong bones. It's important to get out there and get some safe sun exposure as much as you can, particularly in the summer when the sun is out. You really want to take advantage of that and get your vitamin D levels topped up. Yeah! As I said, the gym is really useful. You can use things like kettlebells and dumbbell and even bodyweight exercises to have kind of like a quantitative measure. It's a good way to track your progress. But in those environments, you're kind of exposed to the same textures, and the bars the same shape, the rings that you do your pull-ups and dips on, they're kind of the same stimulus. But our bodies are kind of designed to respond and to adapt to loads of different stimulus or stimuli. We evolved in the natural world, in a natural environment where we don't have these uniform shapes and textures. You just see behind me all the different shapes of the rocks, and the ground's uneven. If you're climbing over the rocks, your hands kind of get a different sensory input, and the same if you're climbing trees or you're doing pull-ups on a tree. It's all these different shapes and sizes and textures that kind of influence your body and cause it to adapt in a different way and kind of challenge it in a different way. And you just don't tend to get that in the gym. It's another thing with the ground being uneven, you're working a lot of stabilizer muscles in your feet and your hips and your legs and even your core that you wouldn't necessarily be working by just walking around on a flat surface. So it gives you a chance to kind of play around with movements a little bit more. It just kind of gives you a little bit more variation in your training, I think, which is a big part of growing and improving, is switching your training up a bit. And then another thing that I find really beneficial, just getting outdoors and moving, is the effect on your stress levels. So for a lot of people, going in the gym is kind of a stressful experience. You're going in there to work hard and to push your body. You're surrounded by other people who are doing the same, and then there's all the bright lights and the electrical pollution. There's a really big speedboat going past. You're on a race. Just as I'm talking about how peaceful and tranquil it is to get outside, there's speedboats going past. So there's all the bright lights indoors, there's also the electrical pollution from a lot of the machines. There's the water, which is possibly full of chlorine and other heavy metals and stuff. It's quite an unnatural environment, as I said earlier, and that can be a source of stress for some people. Sometimes that change of scenery, just getting outside, getting some fresh air, it can make a massive difference to your mood and to your stress levels. Particularly if you can get out somewhere near the beach or in the forest. It's amazing what it can do. Modern life is just so busy. We're always trying to hit these deadlines and rush around and kind of do as many things as we can in the shortest amount of time. Sometimes coming out and tuning in with the natural world, as cheesy as it sounds, it does help you to kind of slow down and cultivate a little bit more mindfulness, I suppose. So hope you enjoyed the video. As always, any questions or comments, let me know in the comment section below. If you want to find any more info about the stuff I talked about, I'll put links in the description box below. Have a good week, stay healthy, and I'll hopefully see you soon.